Right, the cards I'll read off, everyone. I've split into three piles, 1, 2, 3, and this is for Decan 1, Decan 2 and Decan 3. Now the cards I'm going to read from are the Soleone Tarot. So they're my oldest cards. They've been with me for over 30 years, those cards. Then I've got the Rider-Waite cards, which most people will be familiar with because they're very popular in England. And then the other ones are playing cards. So you can see that these have been with me for many, many years as well, these small playing cards. Okay, so we've got Decan 1, Decan 2 and Decan 3. This reading is for the sign of Taurus, Decan 1, for March 2020. So I'm just going to pick out any 3 cards from the Soleone pack on the top row. Okay, then the same with the... Okay, the next pack is the Rider-Waite cards. And then 2 from the small playing cards. Okay then, so just looking at the top row, the first, the reading opens with the Chariot, which is a card about moving on in your life, or things are happening very fast paced. Maybe happening a little bit too fast for you, but it is a good card. It is a victory card. You know, you're in control in it, and you know, it's a nice feeling, but it is fast moving and things could be going in a direction faster than you feel a bit comfortable with, really. Now we've got the Page of Wands there, which is all around communication, talk, texts, emails, letters, so even visitors, visitors or meeting up with people. But it does look as though you've got a lot to talk about with someone or with people, but a lot to talk about. And you're feeling as though you're kind of hesitating. So I think that things are moving a bit too fast for you. And you're not sure whether you feel comfortable with this. Now, this is the card of hesitation, the Five of Cups. And you can see that everyone, they're all into what they're doing. They're around an altar. But this one, he's looking the other way. There's something distracting him, or something like he's not fully committed. His heart's not fully there with it. So there's a little bit of that going on, and this is why I'm saying that you mightn't feel too comfortable at how fast things are moving. But then we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now that is something on the lines of when you're learning a lesson in the least. Or even at the most, you could be thinking about learning some kinds of skills or new training through March as well. But I do think that there's some lessons to be learned, or you've had these lessons before. Now, this is really up to you how far that you want to go with things, because the Magician is there, and that's the card, where the luck's all on your side, really. It's going to be your month. It's going your way very much. And this is concerning possibly a lover or someone with a romantic intention. So it could be that, have you met someone new lately and it's going too fast and, you're trying to slow it down a little bit? Could it be that you're pursuing someone that you've gone very quick into it and now maybe you're having second thoughts? All right, so this really seems to be what's around the influence, what's around you for the month of March, Taurus, Decan 1. And just finishing off with those little playing cards. That the Ace of Spades, that's about, big change, significant change. And it kind of like implies you know, that one thing kind of comes to an end. Um, and this is because there's new openings that can come in. So it looks as though it, you know, however you deal with this, it looks as though you know, it does bring a significant either end or beginning for you. So if you decide to go with it, this could be something that, you know, it brings this new chapter. If you decide to not go with it, well, again, that's another new chapter as well, isn't it? But it does look as though you've got people around, you know, who will help and who you can talk this through with. This reading is for the sign of Taurus, Decan 2, for the month of March 2020. So I'm just going to pick some random cards, 3 cards from anywhere in the pack, and place them along the top. Okay, and the same with the Rider-Waite. So they're going to go on the next row. Okay, and 2 cards out of the playing cards. Okay then. Right, so just looking at the top row, everyone. So it looks as though March opens or March begins with the influence of the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords tells me that you've fought many battles in your life, but you're now going towards more calmer times. And you're now in a position where you're taking control of things. Now that King of Pentacles, Pentacles is very much relates to the sign of Taurus. So it's the earth sign. And what it's telling me with you sort of coming in the head like that of your own reading, it's telling me that you can control this situation any way you want to. So well, you're in control. You're gonna sort of sway things in the direction that you want them to go in. And then we've got this Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is very much about action. So she's not a woman who can just sort of sit there, or a male who can sit there. This can be either way. It's just taking the influence. But it does tell me that, you know, there's no way that you're going to be doing this sitting around. You're taking the bull by the horns and you're going for things. So it's all about action. So going towards these nicer times now after the battles, you're taking control and you're putting your life in the direction you want to go in. You're taking action. Now, there's some things maybe not happening as quick as what you'd want them to. So it could be that you're finding things a little bit frustrating. Well, yeah, a little bit frustrating in March because you want things to happen really quick. Now you've made your mind up what you want, and they're happening quite slowly. But it's still assuring you it's the same card, but has come out there, the Six of Swords. So it is sort of saying you're going towards calmer times. You can see the water's all smooth on this side of the boat, and it's all rough on this side. We're going into the calm now, so it's kind of guaranteeing you that, you know, at least things will be more relaxed now. I feel as though you're putting a lot of activity in, but you're going round in a few circles. So you know what you want to do and what way you want to go in March, but it just seems to be as though things aren't happening that fast. And it's frustrating because you're putting all this action in with this Queen of Wands. You know, you're not procrastinating, you're going for it, absolutely going for it. And this one is telling me that it's loads of activity, but you're just like kind of going 2 steps forward and 3 back. So maybe it's just not the time that is right just yet. So the timing could be a little bit wrong. You know, rather than this isn't what you're meant to be doing, it is what you're meant to be doing. you're going towards the calm, but you're just going to have to exercise patience with this one. You're not going to be able to push things any further or any faster, I should say. Now, just looking at the last two, what are they? So we've got, look at that one first, that Nine of Diamonds. Now, this one generally comes on the scene when there's an expense coming, so it could be money that you've got to fork out with this. But that one is saying that you really feel good, you're really feeling as though like, I'm going to make all these fresh starts kinds of thing. So let things move at their own pace, be patient, pay what you've got to pay, get things off your back, and before you know it, you'll be moving on to another phase in your life. Okay, this reading is for the star sign of Taurus, Decan 3, for the month of March 2020. So we'll just take three random cards out of the pack. Okay, and the same with the Rider-Waite. And two of the small cards as well. Right, it seems to be a lot about people around this month. So virtually every card there is a person. So it starts off with the King of Wands. So these will be people what will be around your life this month. So the King of Wands, now he could be, wands can indicate travelling. So he could be a person who likes to travel. He could be a person who's travelled many places, or he's a person who was talking about holidays maybe. That's one. Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knight of Pentacles is generally someone young as well, but it can sort of show when someone's on a mission for something as well. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. Now the Ace of Wands is all to do with fast pace, fast movement, things happening quickly, but it can go as far as travelling. So it could be that you're on a mission this month to travel or holiday somewhere. So that could be taken over your thoughts a little bit in March. Where are we going? Where would we like to go? And just feeling maybe it's time to book a holiday, or for some of you, maybe time to, maybe it isn't just for, for pleasure. People could be travelling for anything. But March could be the month that you're thinking about doing it, or you're actually, gonna go for it this month. The Queen of Cups is the next card out, so it's representing emotions really. So it's a woman, and the Cups is all to do with emotions. Then we've got the King of Swords, which is a man who is very much in control. He likes to be in charge. But I think what we're seeing him in, because he's next to the Queen of Swords, I'm going to put these two as a couple. So what we've got is a couple who maybe would like to come on this trip or this holiday or whatever it is with you. So it could be that this month, it's all looking at our journeys, travelling, going somewhere, and there could be other people around that are coming as well, and maybe they're putting their input on things. This could be something that you've talked about before, and this time you're on a mission to make this happen. But now there is a little bit of warning around you because you've got that Queen, this one. So the Queen of Clubs comes out. So she's always like the jealous one who's standing by. And, quite a malicious woman there when she wants to be. And then we've got this Ace of Clubs. Now the Ace of Clubs is a great card for anything to do with, business or making money. So I do think that it could be a month, March, where you're getting the money or thinking about where am I getting the money together, or the money will come for you to be able to do this journey. Or anyone who was going maybe for business rather than pleasure, it could be that that money awaits you. It's worth your while going on this. It could be that you're bringing your partner with you even. It could be that there's quite a few of you going. So this what seems to be the influence around for the month of March.